Hey guys, how are ya? So before I start today's video, I want to say Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. Inshallah, we take this opportunity to get closer with Allah and make this the Ramadan that changes our lives forever. Okay? And I want to touch on something real quick. For those of you who don't know about what Ramadan is, it's a 30-day period where Muslims fast from food and drinking, from eating and drinking during the day. And the whole purpose of it's an act of worship and stuff, but personally what I take from it is perspective. Now I get to perspective of people who are less fortunate, who don't have food. I get to experience the pain of hunger across 30 days and understand how fortunate I am for being able to have food in my stomach and a roof over my head. Now that gives me gratitude. Okay, now keep those two concepts in mind, perspective and gratitude, because we're going to go over it in this video a little bit. Okay, so today's video is going to be about lowering your expectations. Now, what do I mean by lowering your expectations? I'm going to start off with how me and Jordan first had this conversation. So when me and Jordan first had this conversation, I was telling him, basically, I was 18, and I was telling him, hey, Jordan, how do I make $1 million? And he was like to me, like he was holding back a smile. He was like trying not to laugh, in his head. But he didn't laugh, which I thank him for. But he was able to, he told me that I don't understand the magnitude of what I just said. Like, I don't understand how big and how audacious that statement was. Hey, Jordan, how do I make $1 million? Right? So then I told him, okay, so if $1 million's too much, how about 500 grand? And he still looked at me with the same face of, bruh, you don't know what you're saying. And I'm like, okay, how about 100 grand? It's like, take it back. I'm like, 50 grand? Take it back. 10 grand. It's like, that's a start. Cool. What would you do? How would you feel? And what would you do if you had 10 grand in your hand in cash? How would that change your life? And now I know everybody would say, oh, I want to buy my mom this and that. But I'm going to be really honest, right? Obviously, I would love to help my mom. But being 18, if you gave me 10 grand, I'm filling my wardrobe with Nikes. I'm buying Jordans. I'm getting jackets. I'm getting a new iPhone. Like, I'm going out with the boys. I'm spending money, right? Let's be honest here. I'm just being honest with myself. So, yeah, I would have fun with 10 grand, Buy things I like for myself. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now the point of that story was to show you how Jordan made me lower my expectations all the way down to 10 grand. Now, back then I was like, okay, cool, mission's 10 grand. Now, having been like listening to Jordan for 2 years, I even think 10 grand is too much. Now, let me explain why I think 10 grand is too much. So when I had my lawn mowing business running, I put in a lot of effort, time. I had to go to shops, buy my equipment, put in an investment amount. Uh, then I had to go do the marketing. I had to go hand out pamphlets all over my suburb. And finally, when I got someone call me and say, hey, yeah, I'd like you to do my lawn. I went down to their lawn, and this is after days of preparation. I went down to their lawn, mowed their lawn for an hour, and all of that ended up to me producing $30. Yeah, so now that goal of 10,000 even starts to seem pretty audacious. Now, I'm not telling you guys this to discourage you and to not motivate you, but this is how Jordan put everything back into reality for me. Now, this is why when like big businessmen see young kids saying things like, I'm gonna be the next billionaire, they scoff, and then they go, this kid doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, right? So to put also, actually, I'm going to do this. I'll share another story with you that happened pretty recently. So I know you guys have been following my videos. I don't know if you guys have been following my videos, but I've been posting videos for about close to a month now. Okay, and when I first posted my video, I got about close to 3,000 views. And on one of my recent videos, I didn't get over 200. I got something like 195 views. Okay, and I'll be honest with you, I was a bit bummed about it. I was like, why is my viewing going down? And Jordan said, Najib, It's all about perspective. I'm like, okay, explain. He goes to me, how would you feel if you got up and spoke in front of 200 people? I'm like, I would feel like I said I would feel like that was a huge deal. Because 200 people, that's crazy, right? Damn. And then Jordan said, beautiful. Now you're showing respect to the 195 people that watched your video. Everybody in this day and age in social media thinks they have a right or thinks they should have a certain amount of views, or if it's not 10 grand, it's not enough. 10,000 people listening to you, what are you giving them? What makes you deserve that amount of attention? So then I humbled myself, or I tried to, and I put things back into perspective, and I'm showing gratitude for that 200 views. Now, that's why I said that Ramadan teaches, perspective and gratitude. So I want us to implement those things into our everyday lives. Even myself, I'm still trying to work on this every day. We should be grateful for what we have. And if we lower our expectations, guys, on what we're trying to get out of everything, for example, you put in effort into a business, instead of trying to put this restriction on yourself and say, in the first 2 years, we have to make 500 grand, lower your expectations. Let's make 100 grand in the first 2 years. When you lower your expectations, guys, you don't get disappointed as much. You feel better about yourself when you achieve your goals, and even when you go beyond them. Now, guys, you can still aim to make $1 million. You can still aim to have all these things, but put things back into perspective and lower your expectations and show gratitude. That's what I try to do every day, and that's what Jordan's taught me, and it has made me so much happier in my life. I'm so grateful for all the views, guys. Even if it was 10 views, I'd still be ecstatic, guys. I appreciate everything. And yeah, Ramadan Kareem, and have a good one, guys. Take care.